جاء المرسلون لهدي الأمم جاءوا يرفعون للحق علم.
بسم الله والحمد لله وصلى الله وسلم على رسول الله. I'm Adam Ali, and we will be talking about some of the history about Islam and about the prophets and our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But we will try to begin. We will start from the very beginning. So, an incident that happened is that a group of people came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Prophet Muhammad, and they asked him to tell them about the beginning of creation, to teach them about the beginning of creation. What was the first thing that existed, that was created? And then he answered them with a more important answer. He told them Allah existed and nothing other than Him existed. So if we look at what the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, he was implying that Allah is not created. He doesn't have a beginning, and everything other than Him was created, had a beginning. From water, which is the first of creation, the tablet, the pen, the throne, the earth, the skies, everything other than Allah has a beginning, and Allah does not have a beginning. So this means that Allah is different than everything that is created, because everything that is created has something in common. All the created things, whether it's solid or liquid or gas, whether it's matter or energy, everything that exists nowadays other than Allah has something that they share, which is they have a beginning, and they have attributes that are alike. For example, I have a volume, and water has a volume, and this table and this couch and these cushions, they all have a volume. Clouds have volume. Everything has a volume. So they all share the same nature. And the one who created these things is different than them, because He does not share the same nature. Allah does not share the same nature with anything. Allah is nothing we can imagine. It's not like anything we can imagine. Whatever we imagine in our minds, Allah is different than that. Like the scholars said, مهما تصورت ببالك فالله بخلاف ذلك, and they said فالله لا يشبه ذلك. So everything you imagine in your mind, Allah is different from it. Why are we saying this? Because your imagination is created. It is customed, it's shaped in a certain way. Allah willed for it to be that way. So if I tell you now to imagine a big blue house with yellow windows and red grass outside, you can imagine it. I bet you can imagine it. And many other people can imagine it. But maybe everyone imagines it in a slightly different way. Why do we imagine things in a different way? Because each one has a different imagination in his mind. So our imaginations are created, so they cannot imagine the Creator. So Allah is not something we can imagine. He is not a body. We are bodies. Whether it's light bodies or dense bodies. Like light bodies, like something you cannot grab with your hands, like the air, like the wind, like the light, like darkness, like the jinn, like the angels. All of these are light bodies which we cannot grab we cannot contain in our hands, yet they have a volume. They have a volume, so they exist in a place, they have a volume, but we cannot grab them. Those are the light bodies. And we have the other part, which are the dense bodies, like anything you can grab in your hand. Like I am a dense body, wood is a dense body, water is a dense body, iron, aluminum, everything you can grab within your hands is a dense body. So Allah is not a light body, and He is not a dense body. He does not have a volume. He does not have a place, because we said everything existed when Allah created the universe. So at the beginning, place existed. Before that, there was no place, there was no time, and Allah existed, like the Prophet said. So Allah was without place and without time. So time does not run on Allah, does not contain Him, and place does not contain Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We cannot imagine this. We cannot imagine something that doesn't have a place. For us to imagine something, it has to be up or down, or front or back, or left or right. It has to be in those places for us to imagine it. If it doesn't exist in a place, we cannot imagine it. And we cannot imagine Allah. He does not have a place. He is not bound to time. And Allah is not in any direction, because also directions are created. Before the beginning of creation, there was no directions. There was no up and down. The 6 directions, they weren't there. Like Al-Imam Al-Tahawi said, تعالى عن الحدود والغايات والأركان والأعضاء والأدوات ولا تحويه الجهات الست كسائر المبتدعات. Al-Imam Al-Tahawi, in his Aqidah that he wrote, and that all Muslims around the world believe in it, he said Allah is clear from directions, all 6 directions. He is clear from directions, so He is not in a place. Allah created water and the pen and the tablet and the throne, and He ordered the pen to write everything that will happen in this world until the day of judgment, which starts when the people rise from their graves. So everything that happened from the beginning of creation until this day, going through everything that will happen until the beginning of the day of judgment, is written in that tablet, as Allah said in the Quran. So this was a brief about the beginning of the creation, and we will go from there, inshallah, from an era to another, showing all the history we can cover about the truth and about Islam. And inshallah, stay tuned for the upcoming videos, as there will be many, inshallah, and I will see you in the coming videos. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel and share this video with your friend, and inshallah I'll see you in the next videos. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.